No.
So Miss Leapley is here with us today to talk about learning agility.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
My name is Mrs. Leapley. If you haven't seen me out and about around the building, I am an intervention specialist here at the high school. Been at the high school for 12 years, and then I taught in Dayton and Springfield before that as an English teacher. So I've kind of been around, seen it all. I am also a landlord. I have one tenant, and I own a small business, a thrift store in the middle of nowhere, and I also run an antique booth. So I've had a lot of change, since COVID, so I'm happy to come in and talk to you guys about learning agility today and what that experience has been like for me. Thank you for getting your head off of your Chromebook, please, and thank you, young sir. Thanks. All right, so learning agility, it's learning quickly. It's adapting to new situations. It's being flexible and resourceful. Sometimes you think you're going to open up the front door of your store and people are going to walk in, and sometimes the whole state goes on lockdown. So how do you adapt to that? How do you change with that? For me, it was going live and doing pickups and drop-offs on front porches. That was how I got through, because guess what? I still had an electric bill. I still had to pay my business insurance. Didn't matter that nobody could physically come into my store. I still had things I needed to take care of, and bills needed to be paid. Okay. So it's a key competency. Things change so quickly. New social media applications become very popular very quickly. Like I said with COVID, which I'm sure you guys have heard about ad nauseum, it's just a rapidly changing time in our society with technology and sickness and all of that stuff. So being able to give to an employer the ability to adapt and have some learning agility is one of those key skills, and that's why the state of Ohio is looking for it. I don't know if you can see my slides in the thing. In the video?
Oh, no, but
No,
they'll have,
okay.
I'll upload it.
When I turn to the side, it's to look at the slides.
Okay.
So it's essential for your personal and your professional success. I know as a parent, learning agility has been key, being able to be flexible. My oldest daughter is an absolute nerd, love her. She's into the science fair and all those things. She's a great reader. She takes all the advanced English classes, like that's just her jam. My youngest daughter was born with multiple disabilities. And so I got a very different experience with my second child than I had with my first. And I had to learn, how do I still be a good mom to this baby, you know, like I was for the first one. So my second daughter is deaf, completely deaf. So, you know, things that when you're a parent, things you do with a baby, you rock them, you sing to them, you talk to them, and some of those things were things I could no longer do. So learning sign language was huge. My whole family, we took sign language classes, because not only did I need to be able to talk to her, I needed to be able to teach her how to sign, because that's the language that she speaks. So that was a moment where I really had to adapt. And we're still learning. Every day we're learning new signs, we're learning new things. She's in 7th grade now. The kids around her are learning things. This is really cute. She started working in the middle school library this year. So the kids come up with their agenda. It has like a little code on it. She scans that and then scans their book, and they're checked out. But if they don't have their agenda, because they're in middle school and like completely disorganized people, then they have an ASL alphabet, and they spell out their names, and then she types it in the computer and checks with them to make sure it's the right person, and then she can scan their book and check them out. So even though she can't hear what they're saying, they can still communicate and have that interaction. which is really valuable. And I'm so, so happy her teachers were able to be flexible for her with that. And resourceful, because most kids don't know their ABCs with your hands. It's not something that's commonly taught when you learn your alphabet song. Oh,
That now they've changed
now they've changed.
the alphabet song.
The alphabet song,
Yeah,
it's different?
it's different. Did you all know that the alphabet
What?
song is now different?
Yeah.
It's not the same alphabet song that you learned because they said the children get M-N-O-P, they get all that mixed up. So now
Yeah,
they changed that
L-M-N-O.
Yeah, they changed that part.
Oh,
So they change, yeah, you have to look it up. You have to look up the alphabet song now. They changed the way you sing the alphabet song. Yep, see, listen, now they're,
L-M-N-N-N-L-P.
yeah, see? So they changed the L-M-N-O part of the alphabet song.
L-M-N-N-N-L-P.
Yeah, they did. I know, my daughter is super upset about it. Cause she's in elementary school and so all the elementary school teachers are all now talking about it.
learning agility.
Yep.
Sometimes you have to change the alphabet song.
Yeah, and and now they're all upset about it because they've now changed the state standards for the ABC song.
Listen, when I was in school, Pluto was a planet.
I know.
They made us get rid of it.
Okay.
All right, on this next slide, guys,
Wait.
feel free to jot down some words or just mentally capture these, because I'm gonna give you some scenarios and I'm gonna ask you which characteristic of learning agility is being displayed in the scenario, okay? So our first one is adaptability. That's embracing that change. You're ready to adjust to your new circumstances. Maybe it's you've moved to a new location for your work, and so you have to worry about your housing in a new city, meeting new people, interacting with a new culture, maybe learning a new language. That would be a time when you'd have to be really flexible with those circumstances. Curiosity is the desire to explore and learn new things. When we had a shutdown, I could have. Oh, young sir got busted for his cell phone. Those of you watching on the Chromebook.
I'm not blind. Bring me your cell phone.
Who's that guy? He remembered to go on this time. Awesome. Okay, so curiosity, you have to want to do better. Think about YouTubers, okay? Back in my time, we didn't even have Vine yet, okay? Insta was still relatively new, and it didn't have videos, it was pictures only. So if you wanted to vlog, you would do YouTube. A lot of the YouTubers have transitioned to things like TikTok. They've had to be curious and learn these new platforms so that they can stay relevant, so that you guys see their content and they get paid for it. Because if they stick to their old ways of doing things, it's not gonna push them ahead in this changing climate. And then openness to feedback. That's willingness to accept the feedback. And feedback can feel icky sometimes. Raise your hand if you like to be criticized. Cool, no one. It feels gross, right? They tell us we did something wrong and that does not sit well with you. But if you want to have learning agility, you need to be able to take that feedback. So maybe a customer comes in my store and says, I can't find anything I'm looking for. This area is too, I don't know, crowded, okay? If I was not open to feedback, I would say, forget you, it's fine, I like it the way it is. But if I want to make sales and I want to be a good business owner, I'm going to change that about my store. I'm gonna respond to their feedback in a way that makes the store better. All right, I've only got 2 more characteristics, I promise. And then you guys get to talk, I promise. Okay. Resourcefulness is that's using the available resources that you have to make things work. So during the shutdown, I used Facebook because it's a thrift store. All of my customers are little old women. And guess what they have? Facebook. If they still had MySpace, my customers would be on MySpace, okay? So I went to where they were and used that to show them things that they could buy so that they could pick it up on the porch or whatever, okay? And then collaboration is working well with others. I know you guys already had your teamwork collaboration week. That's still part of learning agility. Just like I want to get feedback from other people, we also need to work with other people if we want to adapt. We cannot do it alone, right? We might think we can, but we need that support system. Okay, so here's some scenarios. An employee from the marketing department volunteers to assist the IT team with a software implementation project. Despite having no prior technical expertise, the individual quickly learns the necessary skills, collaborates effectively, and contributes significantly to the project's success. Talk amongst yourselves, talk amongst yourselves, give you 10 seconds. Which of the 5 characteristics? I know, it's so cringe, it's giving ick. Talk, which of the 5 characteristics is it? For real, talk to the people next to you.
Team.
Yeah. Bring it back in 3, 2, 1. Who thinks they've got it? Who thinks they've got it? Do they get participation points for this? Okay, who thinks they've got it? Yes, sir.
Teamwork?
Collaboration.
Yeah.
Yes,
Collaboration.
that would be collaboration. Sure, yeah.
Yep.
Good. You're all right. This next one, a small business owner faces a sudden shift in market trends. Instead of resisting change, they proactively research new market demands, pivot their business model, and successfully launch a new product that meets the evolving customer needs. Which characteristic does that best show? You think you know without even checking in with your peers. She's like, I've got this. What is it?
So, to like adapt, you're like adapting to like what new people want.
They're adapting to the new market trend. Yeah, good. There's another one. The fact that they proactively research this. What does that show?
It's a second. It's a second.
Who said it? Yes, curiosity. Good. They were curious about what was happening and they went out and sought it instead of waiting for the market to change and people to come back to them. Good. Medical professionals. Oh my gosh, this sounds familiar. Facing an unforeseen health crisis, rapidly educate themselves on emerging treatment protocols, collaborate with experts globally, and adjust their practices to provide optimal care based on the latest medical knowledge. You got it, Kale? Adaptability? Yeah, they're adapting for sure. Yeah. What else? This one has a lot of them. Collaboration. Yeah. Gentlemen in the back, what else?
Teamwork.
Well, we just said collaboration.
I don't even know what the 5 characteristics are. I'm gonna keep it buck with you. I don't know what those are.
So, resourcefulness,
Okay.
collaboration, we've got curiosity, adaptability, and openness to feedback. Look, I had to cheat too. I had to peek back in the PowerPoint, so it's all good. You got anything for this?
The third one. I still won't remember
The third one.
The
She said
third
me on
one.
the list. So like the third one she said.
I don't know. I said them out of order.
Oh.
Oh, goodness gracious. Mrs. Potter, you're a saint. Let's go on to the next one. A nonprofit organization faces funding challenges. The leadership team actively seeks innovative fundraising strategies, leverages technology for virtual events, and engages in collaborative partnerships to sustain and expand their impact. Several things here, sir.
Collaboration.
Collaboration, yes, they're collaborating with partnerships. Good. What else? Yes, Paul.
Creative.
Curiosity?
Curiosity, yes.
Yeah, curiosity. So they're actively out doing stuff instead of just settling with the norm. Yes. Openness to feedback. Yeah. Good. Good. Do we have anything else for this one? Okay, just two more, I promise. A manufacturing company responds to increased environmental awareness by adopting sustainable practices. They invest in eco-friendly